All right, everybody, Sylvia here. I am still in Yuma. I am here to take care of some routine medical stuff in Mexico. And I'll be doing a video about that to show you guys what that's like. And I have one more appointment tomorrow, and then I'm going to be moving on. Today, I want to do a video about internet connectivity and two things that I recently discovered that are making it a lot better.
Come on, Myrtle. Let's go.
All right, everybody. So yes, I am still in Yuma. It's getting to be very, very hot here. I think this RV park is like maybe a third full. The reason I am here is because I'm taking care of routine medical stuff in Mexico. I'm probably going to be doing a video about that. I took a bunch of video the last time I was there, and today I'm going back for my very last appointment with a dermatologist. And I realized that I had better do this video before that appointment because I'm having a spot removed from my nose, and it's possible I'm going to have a big bandage on my nose for, I don't know, maybe a week or so. So I'm kind of trying to take care of this just in case I'm not able to do a video for a while. And here in this park, interestingly enough, there's another RVer. Her name is Carol, and she rides a trike. She has a cat trike. And so we've been, bombing up and down all the bike trails together. She's been showing me her favorite routes. And yesterday we were out riding around, and our conversation turned to the challenges of finding internet when you're traveling. And I've just had a lot of trouble finding decent Wi-Fi while I'm traveling. And, it's not just when I'm in the RV, but it's also when I've been, all the years I was doing my trike traveling, finding decent Wi-Fi has always been a big issue. And since I've been in the RV, I've been following some channels on YouTube to try to get a better idea of some of the other options that are available. And there's one channel in particular that I keep going back to. I think they call themselves Tech Nomads. I'll double check on that name, and I think I'll put a link to their YouTube channel in the description section below so you can take a look at it if you need to or you want to learn more about this. But they have an RV, and they also have a boat. And their livelihood depends on having reliable, consistent, good internet. They're constantly updating their channel, probably a few times a week, with whatever's coming out that's new. Sometimes it's hardware. They use like a pretty fancy router system that has a few SIM cards, and it will pull the strongest signal from wherever they are. It also kind of requires that you have an antenna or maybe a Wi-Fi booster on the roof of your RV, which means you have to drill holes into the roof. And this is pretty advanced and a little bit, I'm just not real comfortable with going that route. And so what I'm trying to do is do my internet stuff with just my phone. And I have an iPhone. This is an iPhone 11. And I'm using Verizon phone service. And the package that I'm using, it has unlimited data while I'm using the phone. And then if I want to use my laptop, I can use my phone as a hotspot. And my Verizon plan comes with 15 gigabytes of hotspot data that I can use. Well, let me tell you, 15 gigabytes of hotspot data goes very, very quickly. I can usually get through that in a couple of days. And so I'm trying to look for, another way of connecting my laptop to the internet. My laptop is what I use for my photo processing, and I do all my video editing on my laptop. And so really what I need is a way to get my photos, once I finish fixing them, onto the cloud, and then I need to get my videos, particularly my YouTube videos, onto my YouTube channel. And, you know, a lot of the RV parks that I go to, they offer Wi-Fi, but often it's very, very weak. The bandwidth is being shared with a lot of different people in the park. Sometimes the Wi-Fi is only available at the office. So for instance, for this video and my last video, I drove my truck to the office with my laptop and just let it sit there to upload, and it'll take maybe 2 or 3 hours. The other thing that I have done is I've gone to a Verizon store, and they always have really good Wi-Fi. I've never been asked for my account number to verify that I have an account. And typically their Wi-Fi is so good that my videos will get uploaded in maybe 15 minutes. But of course it means I have to find the store and I have to get there, and you know, that takes a lot of time too. And so I've been looking for another way to get on the internet with my laptop. Now on this channel that I told you about, Tech Nomad on YouTube, they talked about a new plan from T-Mobile which offers 100 gigabytes of data for the month, and it's $50. And I thought, you know what, that's really what I'm looking for, is more data, but I don't want to have to pay a huge amount of money every month. And so last weekend, I was in Tucson, and I was at an RV park. And again, the Wi-Fi was only at the office. And at that park, my phone service, Verizon phone service, was so weak that I couldn't use the internet. And so I thought, you know what, this is the perfect example of why you would need phone service from another carrier. And so I went to the T-Mobile store in Tucson and I picked up this hotspot. So, and it was just like the people on the YouTube channel said, 100 gigabytes for $50. So that's really great. So I bought it, picked it up. It works just fine. But I had one issue. I wanted to download the T-Mobile app onto my phone so that I can track the data that I'm using throughout the month. And I don't have a T-Mobile phone, so I don't have a T-Mobile phone number, and I was not able to get registered. So this meant I had to call them. So I did. I called them. I was on hold for like an hour, typical, and the entire time I had my hotspot connected to my MacBook. I had one tab open on my MacBook, Chrome browser, ready for them when they came on the line to help me register my hotspot. And in that hour that I was on hold with them, I used 6 gigabytes of data. And suddenly I'm thinking, well, my gosh, 100 gigabytes, that seems like an impossible amount of data. But if I can go through 6 gigabytes in an hour, not even doing anything with just one tab open, wow, I'm going to have to use this very judiciously. So I finally got everything fixed with T-Mobile, got registered. I have the app on my phone. And yesterday when I was with Carol riding around on our trikes, I told her this story. And she said, that is so interesting because that happened to a friend of mine recently, where they were going through their hotspot data very, very quickly. And it turned out that she had programs running in the background on her computer that connect to the internet as soon as you get a Wi-Fi signal. They do updates, and so they're always checking. And she said there's one program in particular that uses a lot of data, and that's your Garmin, because they have a lot of maps and they're constantly uploading, updating these maps, and so they use a lot of data to download the maps. And so sure enough, I went on my laptop and I had a lot of programs running in the background. So that's, you know, something else to consider with using internet data. And I've turned all of that off. And then Carol also told me about another way to get around the data monitoring using the hotspot on her phone. And so that is the other thing that I want to show you guys today. So let me bring the camera closer. Okay, so this is my phone, and I have downloaded a VPN app. And VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. I have always used a VPN, particularly out of the country, but really even in the United States, whenever I'm using a Wi-Fi connection that is unsecured. So it's a Wi-Fi connection that does not require a password. And I can't even begin to understand how this happens, but apparently if you use a unsecure Wi-Fi connection, people can come onto that Wi-Fi and look into your computer or your phone and, I don't know, do bad stuff. And so it's really highly recommended to use a VPN whenever you're using an unsecured Wi-Fi connection. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at my laptop, and you can see that I have my iPhone connected to my MacBook as a personal hotspot. And then on my phone, I've downloaded an app for a VPN. I don't think it really matters which one you use. And I have it set up as a server, and I've turned it on. And then here, I have it downloaded from the Apple App Store onto my MacBook, and I have it set up as the client. And I've turned it on, and you can see it says VPN connected. And then here on my phone, connected, Sylvia's MacBook. So now I'm going to open up my Chrome browser. Let's make it big. And I'm going to go to my Netflix tab, and we're going to stream a movie.
Is one of the most glamorous of
David
all
Attenborough,
sights in nature.
living in color. Oh, beautiful. And you can see it's streaming just fine. There's no buffering.
150 shimmering eye spots carried on tail feathers.
Looks nice, doesn't it? So I cannot even begin to understand what's happening here. And if you know, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I would love to know what's happening and how this is working. Because on my Verizon phone service, I have 15 gigabytes of hotspot data available. But I used that up at least 2 weeks ago. My next billing cycle isn't for another week, and then I'll get another 15 gigabytes. But somehow, using this VPN set up on the phone as a server and then set up on my MacBook as a client, I'm able to get around the data monitoring of Verizon, and I can continue to use my iPhone as a hotspot. And so this is pretty interesting, and really, I'm really interested to see how this is going to work in the future. But I'm able to get on the internet and use my iPhone where I wasn't before using this VPN. So yeah, these are the two things I wanted to show you guys. The T-Mobile hotspot with 100 gigabytes of data for $50 a month, and then using this VPN server and client to get around the Verizon data monitoring and continue to use the phone as a hotspot. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment in the comments section below. I love hearing from everybody. I try to respond to all the comments. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video. I want everybody to remain safe and healthy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.